be written to the active data table, because it is a summation of new record and the previous record, and then it is stored in the active data table. So for that purpose, when you see it in the active data table, you will have 6,000 for the bill amount, and you will have 3,600 for the profit of sales. And all of the key figures are added, like. So for the same scenario, we will see uh, for the overwrite. Let's delete this, and let's load it back for the overwrite of key figures and see the result for that. Overwrite is a default unless we change it to the summation, it is overwrite. Now we have to double click on the transformation, change it, and change the key figures to the overwrite. When you overwrite, all the values will be simply overwritten. All the old values will be overwritten by the new values. Generally, it is like, when you load a full load, it is the process. And when you do the delta load, it means the key figure. For example, you have a material, and for the materials key figure, I mean, there are some key figures, and for customers, etc., there are some key figures, the quantity sold, etc., and they have to add up. They cannot be overwritten, because they need to get the values, correct values, for according to the year, fiscal year, or quarter, half yearly, like that. So for such reports, you cannot keep overwrite. You have to change it to the summation. So we have changed it to the override now to see how the DSO behaves, and we execute. um, so it is not yet activated here, and when you see new data table, there will be entries, and when you see active data table, so you will see 5,000. It is regained to the previous state. It was a summation, right? When we have done the activation, and when there is a summation, it was 6,000 and 3,600. Bill amount was 6,000, and the profit of sales was 3,600. When we deleted the request was, I mean, calculated back, and it is regained the previous values. And so after that, when we look at the change log, it will be 210 records. And now when we activate the data, So data is successfully activated, and you have to go to the change log to check the data. Now you see the entries 270. Execute this. You have this 5,500, 3,000 values, which is a request one, which was first loaded. And then you have this now. You have these values for one value is to, I mean, nullify the previous record minus multiplied with the minus, and one is uh, 6,000, and which is a summation. This is not supposed to be.
Did you activate the DTP after changing it?
No, yeah, I activated the DTP. DTP,
You execute.
in
You
SAP,
mean transformation?
yeah.
Transformation, thank you. That's what I meant.
So here you can see the last request here. Uh, okay. Here. So let's check the data first in active data table. Here you have 1,000 for the bill amount, and profit of sales 600. That's cool. It's just loaded. Here, this is what we are trying to see. We are trying to see that the first record will be minus multiplied with the minus, and the second record will be overwritten, which will be the present request values 1,000 and 600. They will just be overwritten. So for that purpose, we have again loaded the data. So the entries. But that should not happen, maybe because the latest recent load should be at the end,